Hello, everyone. Welcome to another thrilling edition.
Rousing.
That's what it's going to be. Thrilling. Today has to be thrilling.
Write that down.
We owe them a thriller this week. Another edition of the program. It's a presentation of Bet365. Get in on the action. Stanley Cup playoffs. Apparently, basketball is also doing some playoff thing.
Yeah, Jack's all over our NBA updates.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah, so
good to know.
Stay tuned for that.
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate you being on that. Download the app, get in on the game, official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And throughout the show, if you're so inclined to be generous and donate some money through the YouTube chat, we will send it over to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and then we'll put your comment on the show. Yeah, no, if you have a comment, maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to donate. In which
Just
case,
do one of those thought bubbles that's empty. You can do that too.
appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. There's Retro, myself, and Ryan Pinder.
I have the empty thought bubble a lot.
Yeah.
But it's
Yep. You're like, I got to say something. Then you're like, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. It's
We get that in the super chat sometimes.
if I had been able to roll tape on my car ride into work today, because I had to take my daughter to school. And we started the conversation. You Pinder, more probably than anybody else, but you Retro as well will appreciate. I was saying because she had track and field yesterday, and this side, well, make sure you drink enough water because you certainly didn't yesterday, and you weren't feeling good. So drink water.
Mm-hmm.
I said it'll probably surprise you how much water we as human beings are supposed to drink. How much? So she asked, whatever her name is on her phone.
Yeah.
Hey, how much water are you supposed to drink?
Mm-hmm.
And they said for a kid of that age, it's so many ounces. I forget what the number was, but it's blank ounces for every year of age. It's like, well, let's just say you're going to be 14. So you need 14 times this.
Yeah.
So how much is because she's got her little Yeti. How many
ounces is this? What's an ounce?
So we got into how many ounces? Okay, so that's a cup. So like a measuring cup. So that many ounces, that's a cup. So then how many cups need to go into the Yeti, which is, I believe it was 20 ounces. So it's
a lot of math, conversions, imperial metric.
Dangerous.
There's some people.
She is my daughter.
Yeah. People built for that car ride. I don't know that that's your best one.
Okay, so if 2.5, so that's a cup. So you need 14 cups, and how many cups go into 12 ounces? So if 8 is a cup. So 12. So let's call it a cup and a half. So how would I even do that, Dad? I'm trying to change lanes, babe. Just drink lots. Just keep drinking.
Three water bottles. Go.
I was so happy that you guys were not in the vehicle, or that my wife was not in the vehicle. She'd be like, "Are you guys joking right now? Like this is really straightforward."
Your wife doesn't have the boomer math. It's not contagious.
No, she's got intelligence and smarts and skills and brains and all that sort of thing. Yeah.
She's stopping by later, Pinder too. So don't
I know.
Yeah, that's right.
Work on some numbers.
That's right. That's a piss poor job of staving last night by the Carolina Hurricanes.
Had a lead too.
Needed some staving.
2-0. You're like, there it is. They've hardly even led in this series. There's your chance.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Can we get the 1-0 goal? And this is putting you on the spot. You're not in studio here. I would have thrown this by you because we do so much prep and
so much
show,
Rhett's here
lay out the show before we just go live.
Yeah.
Rhett, I'd like to go to the whiteboard if we could.
Let's do it. I love the whiteboard corner.
Okay.
But it's the whiteboard corner, please.
Yeah, Warner's whiteboard, which is Rhett's whiteboard corner.
Corner.
The play made here, I believe is it Lindell? The defense play coming up here. You can back it up a little bit.
That lovely
Walk us
one-touch
through
pass
this here, Rhett.
Yeah. This looks like a Rhett Warner play, actually. This is me at center ice with the puck and no one around me. It's like, oh, shit, get this thing out of here. Wow.
Grenade.
And like I'd been taught my whole life, and I'm sure this kid as well, get it off the glass. That's all he's trying. He's just trying to just chip off the glass now.
Yeah.
Hard.
Ice it. Get it in.
All right. So
a thought bubble with nothing in it. That's
right.
That's the thought bubble.
How much was that super chat?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that was. So that's Aho. Then they make it 2-0. And it just
another Aho.
you feel like just don't give them anything. Don't let them back in. Can we win? Can we just hold this now? Can we get the rest of the way? The answer was no. A power play for Florida. And we know it well. Matthew Tkachuk has some great hand-eye.
Beautiful.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
Well, you find a guy like that, you never want to. It's back to you, Dean.
Never want to let him go. So that made it 2-1. And then they just continue to do Florida Panther things. Again,
3 and 5 minutes, I want to say.
F is that? So you don't cut the puck off. You don't play the man. And then you don't back check.
That is fresh from Russia, Alexander Nikishin. They're 2 rookie D out there. That's tough in the conference.
Hello, Alex.
What, Scott Morrow, I want to say?
That is piss poor right there.
Hey.
Like, if you do just one of the things that you had an option to do, you're fine. If you pinch that puck off, great. If you eliminate the man, great. If you back check, great. But
Yeah.
he can't.
Right here. He's like,
how
okay,
do you not hit him?
He's got his arse.
It's like, I'm going to absorb it here.
Oh, you're not.
Like, why are they? How do they not know what they're doing? This is bad coaching. Now, I'm being a smartass because you know it's Brindamore and it's not bad coaching. And clearly, your team is sleeping. Like they must have
even on this.
Yeah, that
you got him, but
it's a set play by Florida. But it doesn't matter what is any set play off of a.
I was going to say, you know what? They did this against Toronto. Remember, it was Marchand went backdoor. It was kind of the same thing right off of a face-off.
So they're not going to give up, Dean. They're staving.
This one here, this isn't even a whiteboard. This is just sit back and enjoy and respect.
The dog, really unselfish. Like, fine fish, boy.
You like that kind of stuff, Rhett? Do you appreciate that kind of skill?
That was unbelievable.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful stuff. So no staving. The Canes are done.
I'm okay with the non-staving because I was done with the Canes, and you fellas rest up. I still think Tkachuk is 60%. No.
Yeah. Well, they got Reinhart back last night, which is a little surprising because we were talking about it yesterday. Like, Hyman's out for the Oilers. What's going on with Reinhart? Well, he played. He had 2 helpers last night, including one in the empty netter. So, like, that's great news for Florida, and they get to rest up. Meanwhile, maybe Dallas forces another, 3-hour flight here. They play tonight. If they win, it goes back to Edmonton.
You need people to step up at the right time. You need people to be at their best. And that's what I expect we're going to see tomorrow night at Greta.
Oh, dear. The game's tonight. What are you talking about?
No. Some real performances are going to be put in at Greta tomorrow. It is the 999, our inaugural 999 at Greta, and joining us.
Don't say inaugural.
I feel like it's going to be. It's
got to be inaugural.
It's got to happen again.
Jerks.
I mean, it's only happened one time. He is the. You know what? He's Mr. Greta. He started it years ago. They're across the country. They're a phenomenon. He is Casey from Greta joining us here.
Kingpin.
Proud host of the inaugural 999. Casey, man, good to see you. How are you?
Wonderful. That was quite the segue.
Well, it's appropriate. I don't mind telling you, I was unfortunately in Edmonton a couple of weeks ago. It was one of the home games, and where I was staying was just down the street. And as my pal Cam Moon would say, Greta in Edmonton was shaking like a wet dog. It was some kind of
party. That's a good thing, right? I hope that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good. It's all good. Between Toronto and Edmonton and Vancouver, and you got Calgary going. Greta's
Toronto's been blasting too. You guys had the Ohtani series and the launch last spring, a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a great year in Toronto, and the Leafs was a nice little push there. We did lots of stuff with some of the Jay Rosehill and your guys' I don't know if they call him sister or brother podcast. Yeah. So lots of fun stuff out in Toronto, and I'm excited to work with you boys again. It's been a little while.
It has been a little while.
So I have questions. We got a photo of these dogs the other day. Have you transported said dogs, or is that on your itinerary today? Because
it's on my today itinerary, and I was told that they were larger than the ones that.
Well, they look huge. What are we talking about here?
Yes.
We want the Nathans, like the Coney Island ones. These look like jumbos.
You're the one who set up this partnership. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a Bonton beef with Greg.
You do have a Bonton beef.
So tell me the buns are tiny and moist and not dried out.
We have a proper steamer because we have bow buns. So we have a proper steamer. Well, they'll be moist, like you say. That's the word of the day, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you gotta have a little sip of your beer every time you use that word. But yeah, we'll handle that part. But yes, the size of the hot dog is a little bit of a factor this time around. Maybe we should have put a little more consideration and had a custom dog created, but
I think that's overthinking it, Casey, right? Put your effort.
Dean's okay with it, surprisingly. A man not doing the 999.
Work smarter, not harder. Isn't that what they always say? And I've said this, I've noticed that Ryan's not really concerned about the size of the pint glass. It's about the size of the hot dog and the bun.
Yes, the size of the pint glass will be, we're doing 12-ounce glasses, which is appropriate to a Jays game versus like our regular 16-ounce pint or a 20-ounce pint. Nice. We fully are doing non-alcoholic beer as well. We've got another partner. We've got Origin doing the main beer, but then we also have a non-alcoholic partner who's supplied plenty of non-alcoholic. I think Pinder made the best statement the other day. It's a battle of attrition, and it's not just about it's not the alcohol part that we're focused on. We're focused on the can you get 9 dogs in that tummy right there? Look at that.
Right,
the war zone's down here.
9 dogs, 9 drinks, and the 9 innings. And I think it's going to be attainable. I think there's going to be some winners.
What I like is the sharing of strategy, because Jack, our producer, is coming and he's got some friends. Like, do you get 2 or 3 dogs first and then sip away over the game, or how do you get a couple beers in you and then chip away at the dogs? I mean, I know you're not. I don't think you're doing it, but if you had a strat, what would you say might be the strategy?
I'm gonna participate.
Attaboy.
See, I have a flight to Vancouver right after. So that's
could you get the janitor crew to gate 64?
Yeah, I will make sure I have hopefully a premier seat close to the private bathroom there.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna give it a shot. I got to give it a go. You got to be a participant if Pinder's gonna do it. And I heard Rhett might be joining us. Maybe no.
He's waffling.
Maybe.
This is classic Rhett.
I'm not waffling. I'm juggling the.
Yes. My big one would be I think I'm a competitive guy, but I have no when to say when, and that comes with alcohol and hot dogs.
Well, that makes one of us.
I was going to say, and Ryan is the absolute opposite.
Yes.
Until something has been won or lost, he must continue. Tell us about,
I was just going to say the one thing that Ryan and I still have to sort out is a little bit of that strategy. Are we allowing people to have that full strategy? One of the big ones on that, obviously, we want to make sure everything's safe and above board. So we might have some last minute rules for Jack and his friends that they have to abide by.
Yeah, Jack's buddies, the reputation. Are they going to be able to not get kicked out this time? What's the word with your staff here? Different rules, same rules as everyone else?
Same rules as every other customer. So it's at the end of the day, as long as everybody is being the kind, genuine souls that they are, we're going to have a great time. And we're going to cheer the, what are they, 26 and 28 Blue Jays on to victory, hopefully.
1 game under. Yeah, it's just an incredible group of overpaid individuals.
Average ball players.
$230 million doesn't buy what it used to, apparently.
I was going to say, at least it's the top, not the number 1 payroll, top 5 payroll, Yeah. That's what you get. That's what you get for it, I guess.
We kind of had to set some because we need to know how many hot dogs. Or do we just for numbers? So we kind of had a number set. We are raising some money. Tell us a little bit about the benefactor.
Yeah, so we're working with Woods Homes. So Brian, who runs Woods Homes, is become a really good friend, regular of ours. We've done lots of stuff with him. They work with Day One Dads, which is another charity that I work with a lot. So I think most all the funds are going there. We're not. We're actually every dollar is going there. So it's not we've got a lot of amazing sponsors, as you guys have relayed throughout over the last couple of weeks. So everything is basically donated and sponsored for this event. So every dollar from the 20-ish people that are participating, plus all the guests that are coming for the general admission tickets, that's all going to Woods Homes. And yeah, Woods Homes is a great local charity, really beneficial when it comes to men's health and mental health and wellness is a big part of it.
And so to be clear, we are sold out on for the competitors slate, but if you do want to buy general admission tickets, we can still do that.
Yeah, general admission tickets, it's $9.99 for a general admission ticket. You get a 12-ounce beer from Origin. You get a one hot dog, one full-sized hot dog, and then you also get a $10 game card to play some games and digest the hot dog.
That sounds way better. What are we doing here?
I liked Ryan when he said, "Okay, well, we're not promoting gluttony." I don't know. I've
had quite a few people over the last year since we opened in Toronto that have participated in the challenge at Blue Jays games on the Tuesday night, unsanctioned.
Right.
So there's no rules, I guess, in those ones. And I've definitely been told it's doable, but it is a challenge, and the next day can be painful.
I'm excited. I mean, I can't be there because I got to be in
the cultural capital,
back up there. Can't wait. But you know what? This is the kind of stuff we wanted to do. Let's have some fun. I'm not sure if you're getting away with this somewhere else, or it's
fair enough.
Yeah, just have some fun for Pete's sake. And
it's the right place for it.
Greta's all about that. We appreciate you, Case. And if you're maybe on a flight to Vancouver, and there's someone in first class doing giving one of these. Might be Casey.
Send them a shot of tequila. That'll really settle.
Yeah. I hope by the time I'm on my flight, I won't have any risks of choking anymore.
Yeah. Appreciate you, buddy. You're a great.
Awesome.
You're a good boy. We love you.
See you Friday.
We appreciate you guys.
Nice.
The Oilers.
Thanks, fella. I knew it.
See, but here's the thing. He's pals with our boy Sam Bennett and Chucky. He knows the fellows from when they played here.
Yeah.
That's a nice little pickle to put him in at least, rather than just be full hippo tank.
Yeah.
It's got some other rooting interests as well.
Hippo tank.
Lots of feedback on that, by the way. Those dogs. Greg, what are we doing here?
I love it. I think he did it right on purpose, right?
I think Boom is screwing us because he's always like, oh, yeah. Greg, just reach out to Greg here. And maybe this is me accusing you of adding another nugget on the pile.
Yeah,
like
I think
I'm just
it
getting
is
a little delusional. But
yeah, I was just happy to have Greg, which is not surprising, but he's, he gives back and doesn't, what's the charity? There's all that. What do you guys need? How many do you need? When do you need them? That's what Greg and Bonton is all about. And the same with Origin, the same with all these people. They're so happy to give back. And it's a fun, dumb thing that I'm happy we're doing, raise a little bit of money. But yeah, I look forward to the post, the strategies that went sideways, things that worked.
Yeah.
I like the bun steamer.
I wonder if it can work year after year. If this is the inaugural and you are successful, can you duplicate?
Well, what happens is Boom gets to go next year and we get to do the general admission and sit back with a nice footrest and enjoy the show.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun one. And Jack, as you heard, just if everybody just has a nice day, everyone gets to just be there and take part.
Jack saying he's fasting as of what, dinner tonight?
I might just fast the whole day.
Okay, but you don't want that stomach to shrink because
it doesn't help. The fasting doesn't help. The professional eaters, they do not go and fast.
Apparently, they just chug water like champions day of, and that keeps the stomach really big. But you're not full.
Can I just say you have done more research on this than so now you know what the professional eaters.
No, I think with the nugget eating one,
I think you're just talking.
We got into it a bit because I remember the nugget one. And look, I wasn't. Someone might have said it, but I just remember being like, "Keep the stomach does this all day. Keep it big, but don't fill it with food." So I remember hammering water all day before the nuggets. I don't know if it helped or not.
I don't think it helped. I think what you need to do is just relax and go in there with a positive attitude.
No problem there.
And just have fun and go gangbusters. And
as
whatever
someone
happens.
As someone who has a borderline unhealthy relationship with food, I would say this, and Rhett, you will know this. When you start digging into something this is delicious. Oh, this is so good.
Mm-hmm.
You get 20% in. It's like, I may need to order another one of these.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you have the remaining 70 to 80% that's on your plate before you order more? Don't get too cocky. Don't
Rhythm.
start because remember, it's 9 innings of baseball. You may feel panicked at times.
You might have 3+ hours here. Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen in that 7th inning. Maybe there's, going to have to go to the bullpen a couple times. Maybe just pace yourself. Don't panic.
If Chris Bassett wants to just have, high pitch count, lots of bullpen changes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's full count, fouled off again. That's okay.
And on the flip side, maybe if you're into the 6th or 7th inning and you've only had one dog or two,
time to
pick up the pace a little bit.
Jack, how we feeling?
Not great, I'll be honest.
Oh my god! What?
Those dogs changed everything.
I don't want to be the wimp, but I agree. I just need to see it in person. That photo is scary.
Listen,
extra bite per dog.
I think we're learning about Jack.
Calling him a coward? What do you?
No. The peaks and valleys that make Jack Jack.
Yeah, that
Steelers.
is true.
That is
Go
true.
to the Steelers from like under the earth to the moon, back, not caring.
Penguins fold the franchise. Marner's coming.
There's
Mike
a
Sullivan to the Sun.
24-hour window where he can be going like it's 7 whirlwinds. Like he's all in, all out, all in, out, sideways.
It's a roller coaster.
It's just yes.
That's how I live my life.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I feel it'll be different tomorrow. Tomorrow on the show, we'll ask you the same question. How do you feel?
I might feel great.
Yeah. Although it does feel like there was a real air of cockiness and confidence on the weekend, and it slowly started to ebb.
Well, once he realized he was so high and stoned and drunk when he said that I did the 999, and then you asked him a question, he's like, "Oh,
I did it in 30 minutes. Did you? Yeah. No. Yeah.
We did the beers.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. I feel like the hot dogs are a part of this.
So here's the thing, Jack. If you did that, then just rip the 9 beers in the first 30 minutes, and now you got 2.5 hours for 9 dogs.
That's exactly the strategy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna do 9. Well, Casey was saying there's some rules, so I don't know what.
Get your Lugan buddies to stop puking on the Papa shot.
That's like 3 years ago.
And what? It's legal now.
Yeah,
it was in the bathroom.
Don't puke at all, you weak.
Yeah, let's try and keep that down.
And honestly, how nice is Casey? Bringing back these delinquents, allowing them back in, giving them a second shake.
No, Greta's honestly, I was. So what? Oh, that's Greta, and it was just banging.
Always.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get to the Pinder Report. There's some other things. I want to tell you about outdoor dental.
Yeah.
Because take care of your teeth, eh?
Eh? Yeah.
That's what I would do. I'd take care of them.
You got the teeth look nice to you.
Thanks, Ryan. Look at this guy. If they'll have him, they'll have anyone.
Yeah. Look like
Soleil laser.
Bass player for a reggae band.
No needles, no drills, no stress. The Soleil laser. It is perfect for those who maybe have a dental phobia, or maybe you avoid the dentist just because of it's uncomfortable and potentially painful and that sort of thing. This makes it's a breeze. Simple, easy, painless. Back to your day in minutes. And with that Soleil laser, they use it to help with your snoring. 2 15-minute treatments. Increase the tension in the soft palate. We've been talking about it since day one.
Had a buddy go in last week.
Yeah.
So treatment 1's done. In and out.
Boom.
It's a song. Back in a month. Away we go.
15 minutes could change your life. You're sleeping better, sleeping more sound, deeper REM.
Never mind the person next to you.
Yeah, if you care about that person, I guess.
Depends what day. Yeah.
It depends. Yeah. But be selfish. Do it for you. Get better sleep and do it with Outdoor Dental. Outdoor.dental is the website to learn more and to book yourself in. A couple things. Just with the Florida Panthers. So they advance. And this is their 3rd straight trip.
3 in a row. They lost to Vegas for their cup win. Obviously beat the Oilers last year. We may or may not have a rematch. Kind of leaning rematch at this point, up 3-1 Edmonton. We'll see after tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. Do we feel this way about them before the playoffs started necessarily?
No. I mean, I think you respected the heart of a champion, but not unlike the Oilers. It's like, yeah, they just don't look quite right, but kind of forgot that was all just an 82-game dress rehearsal for these teams.
I feel like I'm guilty of that for sure. because usually they don't need to worry about the regular season. Just be ready for the playoffs. And then Kachuk gets injured and he doesn't play, and they bring in Marchand. I don't know. I didn't feel necessarily like they had that same juggernaut.
Seth Jones
like going through a meat grinder to go against this team. And at the end of last round, all you heard from, and it wasn't just Toronto, but it was people. You could crush the Leafs if you want, but how about this Florida team?
Yeah.
This team is very good. So you hear that after the end of every round. And the latest was Rod Brindamore last night saying, Panthers are pretty good, fellas.
I think that's a really important point. I think people look at Carolina and say, well, look, this doesn't work. You're missing this, you're missing that. It's like, there might not be a more stylistically similar team to Florida than Carolina, but they're not. It's not the group of Hall of Famers that Florida has. Like Kachuk's going to go to the Hall, Barkov's going to go to the Hall, Marchand's going to go to the Hall, but Bobrovsky is the only guy in the league that him and Hellebuck have 2 Vezinas. Like there's a lot of very, very, very good players there, and Carolina's window ain't closing at all. They're sitting on 4 first-round picks in the next 3 years. They're a younger team. They've got more cap space, but it's Florida Junior. It's Florida's younger brother right now. And so they don't need to reinvent the wheel, to Rod's point. It's just at this point, their best players aren't as good as Florida's.
And if you wanted to reinvent the wheel, they have the patent on it. Like like you said, they're the standard. You want to change up your game. What do you recommend?
We're playing like them.
Beat them at their game is about what you could do. And who's going to do that right now because they're so well built.
Yeah.
And I just thought you're hearing a lot of coaches, you're hearing a lot of people, even because it was John Cooper, which it probably has to kill a guy like that. It's your number one rival to tip your cap.
Across the state. You
heard it from Berube, and then you heard it here again from Brindamore. I don't think any coach is happy doing that, but when it's so clear that you've got a team that's right in the pocket with how to play their style of game, you hope it continues, I guess.
Yeah, and if Carolina is the second best team in the league, it's like you're still not beating Florida, right? Maybe they're the 5th or the 6th. I don't know. The path was easier, we thought, with Washington.
Do you think do you think? Sorry, Ryan, stepped on you, but do you think that doing the 1-8 playoff system would change any of this? Like, because you're alluding to the fact that Carolina's path seemed easier. I don't know if it is. Does a 1-8 system change any of that?
I don't know. Like, if they play Toronto, do I know who wins? No. Like, Toronto gave Florida more problems, but in a way, Carolina's games were closer. I don't know. I really don't know.
It's something
I like that we have rivalries and teams that hate each other playing each other more in the playoffs, and that's why this is built. And it gives you compelling series that you care about
early. But I feel like we're seeing a lot of round 3s that.
Right, but
it might just be attrition,
and it might be the same 2 teams meeting anyway.
It might be.
It might be the Final Four still the Final Four.
I'd be interested to do the exercise, but you'd have to go and.
Well, we need the alternate universe. Like, we don't know who wins in a series between Carolina and Toronto. Like, let's say they played round 1. I don't know. Like, what if Tampa plays?
Yeah, but that's
maybe they're a Final Four.
I don't know if I agree with you on the rivalries, because I think rivalries, like we've saw Edmonton and LA. Do you feel like that is?
It is now. You talk to Oilers fans, that's their most hated team.
Is it?
Well, one of them, yeah, for sure. Like, more than Calgary. They don't care about Calgary.
You can't just say one of them. I've never heard an Oiler fan.
Well, I think, like, we had an Instagram post the other day where you had said, hey, like, do Oilers fans hate Flames fans? Like,
I thought a year ago it was Vancouver.
It would have been, but now they're irrelevant. Like, it was 1 year. It was a one-off.
That's not a rivalry.
Probably.
A rivalry is something built over time where you're saying that we're getting better rivalries, and I don't.
I don't feel that the LA Oiler thing is a rivalry.
I'm reiterating what I've heard from Oilers fans. And that's not maybe the best example of it, but I think Florida Tampa would be the best example of it. Because those are teams.
Okay, so that's one good one. But
like Toronto, Boston, they played a bunch in the playoffs. That's one that I think has.
But if Toronto, if they just, I'm arguing just to argue, we're not really arguing anything because it's all hypotheticals. But if you had a 1-8, are you saying that those rivalries wouldn't be there?
You just wouldn't play each other as much. That's all it is.
You'd have different rivalries.
Yeah, and it just wouldn't be like I would if there's a model. And again, like, I don't think it's a massively different bracket if you go 1 versus 8. I think you'd still see a lot of like the same teams where they are. there's no alternate universe where we can see who'd win a 1-8. We don't know. But generally speaking, less travel for teams, more regional rivalries. Those are the better ones. Like if you get more Toronto, Ottawa, more Toronto, Montreal, more Toronto, Boston, just to stay in that division, like that's better than a Toronto, Washington series. Yeah, they could be a great rivalry if Toronto, Washington play each other all the time.
I don't
But
see
it's even better when the fans can travel. To get Calgary, Edmonton more often is a good thing.
I don't, but you can't guarantee that plays out that way based on the system that you're doing anyway.
No, but you can definitely know that when you're playing
There's only two series
in the Final Four, you're more likely to run into your regional rivals. That's all.
Yeah, but I just don't know that playing a team that's in your division means they're a rival.
No,
it does mean travel, but
yeah, like, and again, it's not always like every team in your division that lives close you hate, but it won't be crazy in 20 years if we're like, man, Seattle and Vancouver hate each other. Like fans travel, it's 3 hours away. There's pockets of people that live in your neighborhood.
That's not created because the system is set up that way. like, do you know what I mean? That's a
the NHL's leaning into rivalries, and the easiest rivals to create.
I think you're barking up the wrong. So
why do you think they switched to this format then?
For travel.
I'll put it back on you. Why did they switch?
It doesn't matter. Okay, well, why did they put a fucking tracer on the puck in the 90s when it didn't, like, just because they do something doesn't mean they think it's better. It's easier travel. It's probably cheaper for the teams.
Yep.
I would think that it's money more than rivalries. I don't think it has anything to do with rivalries.
And so here's the perfect example. If you have Calgary against Utah in round 1, what does that do for your tickets, your merch?
You're acting like you get to handpick a team that you're going to create a rivalry with. There's no saying that if the Flames and Utah end up in the playoffs in the same year, they're not playing each other. You don't get to control it.
I'm just providing an example to illustrate why they went to this format.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
It is.
Let me finish
the point. Let me finish the point, and I promise it'll tie in. Monetary is the reason why the league does everything. Like money, right? This is a $5 billion business. They want to grow into a $10 billion business a year. It's way better for business if you have fan bases that are close to each other and don't like each other playing each other. Think about the average resale price of Flames Oilers round 2 versus Flames anyone in the Central Division. That's good for the business of the NHL. That's why they did this, and fans can sink their teeth into that series more than others. It's not always going to be that where it's perfect regional rivals, but I understand why they moved to this alignment. And you still have to beat the best teams to win the cup. We're not providing hoax winners to this trophy.
We weren't.
I like it.
We weren't debating that. We were asking if we thought a 1-8 would create any difference. And then you said, no, it's way better rivalries now. And I don't see where these which rivalries? What is a genuine out in the league right now? Yeah. Tampa, Florida, I think is a rivalry, but I think that's dying because the Panthers have cleaned them up lately. LA and Edmonton have played 4 years in a row. I don't see that as a must. If I'm sitting in St. Louis, a rivalry to me is where they hate each other and I have to watch this game. I'm a hockey fan, and this is a rivalry of teams. LA and Edmonton isn't maybe I've not heard any Edmonton fans say LA's or they kick the shit out of them 4 years in a row. So I don't think it's more. You're saying there's more rivalries created by it. I just don't see it.
It's not crazy. It just leans into the more likely natural rivals, right? And then again, it's not perfect, but like I think of Colorado, Dallas now every year. It's like you're in the same division. You got Ranton in there. Like that. I like that those teams have to see each other more likely than they would in a 1 versus.
But you wouldn't like it in the semis. Like you dislike that matchup.
That's all.
I don't know. I don't see that the way they've set it up has created more rivalries.
I'm not saying created more. I'm just saying the NHL's leaning into these.
And those like that rivalry is not because of it's because they traded Ranton and then Ranton now plays for Dallas.
And they played last year, and you get the more common opponents year over year.
We'll spin forever here. So I mean, whatever.
Yeah, and
the thing about right now is, so if Edmonton wins, it feels like it's another disappointing kind of round 3, which is not the way you would want it, I would guess. But I don't know that we can look at it and say these teams don't deserve to be here.
Yeah, and also if it's 1-8, it doesn't mean round 3 is better all of a sudden. I think teams are just fatigued. You're playing through injuries, and everyone's played every other night for a month here, right? Someone calling? Got a fax coming in?
There's a weird noise.
Is that a fire alarm?
What in the hell is going on? There's a ghost in the house.
Do you need to investigate?
I made the greatest peanut butter honey toast last night. The greatest meal ever at 12:43 a.m.
Brett, what
You
about
all
your
right?
fast?
So good.
That's not fasting.
I'm done with the fasting. I'm all in on.
He's
I
feasting.
Going the other way.
I'm preparing for the 9.
Gotcha.
12:43. I had one of the best ever.
If you do decide to partake in the 999, just let me tell you that you're a hero.
Oh, thanks.
And that you will be seen. No, that ended the music quick, didn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of all right. Enough of that shit. Brad Living was talking. I've not seen these. We can throw them out, if only just because
we're big Leafs fans and supporters of Eastern Canada, and
it's a small
our
market.
elbows are up. We got
they're
a Canadian team, and we're in Canada.
Another team that was left on the side of the road in rubble by the Florida Panthers, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Change. Oh, you can take that same. So, Kevin, stylistically, the way you play, do you feel you need to change? So, Brad Living, Leafs GM. What kind of change are you going to make here moving forward?
Up against that wall, and it happens time and time again. That leaves some scars. So there's experience that you get from that, and the more times you go through things, but ultimately sometimes you may have to change something, and those are the things that we have to continue to look at. And I don't have the answers today, and it's not for me to be cute with you guys or deflect. We're in that process right now of asking these questions of ourselves, right? How do we get there? We're in an emotional business. Our fans are emotional. I'm emotional. Nobody wears it harder than me. That's what makes this place so great. But you have to step back. You have to exhale. And then you have to make calculated decisions based upon the best information you have.
We heard that a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times. Yeah.
If you have time, take it. If you can be patient, try to be. Don't get hasty. And so, I mean, they didn't have their press conference for a week. So.
It's the 24-hour cooling period that we talk about with minor hockey, but on steroids.
Yeah,
just give it a couple of weeks.
And there's always going to be change, but obviously the Mitch Marner one seems to be the obvious one. He does not have a contract to be a Leaf next year.
And Tavares is up as well. Yeah. And Nyes is an off-sheet candidate that needs a big second contract and.
So Mitch Marner, he loves it in Toronto. He's been a Leaf his entire career. Now he needs a deal somewhere. Will it be in Toronto? Treliving was asked.
We're in that process right now. I had a meeting with all the players individually. We do our exit meetings. Mitch and I had a discussion. It's emotional right now, right? And so my discussion with Mitch is let's all take a step back. Let's take a deep breath. I got to decompress a little bit. We probably got delayed. That's not the right word. With Brendan's situation, that was a bit of a curveball that it took a couple days here to kind of get through. So we're going to meet as a staff. I'm going to be in touch with Mitch's representative and all of our players' representative, and determine what's best. Right now, Mitch has a say in this as well. Right. So this isn't the world according to Brad. I think he's a great player. He's been a great player here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how this all works. Can I think Mitch can succeed? Yes, I do. But as I said before, we've all got to kind of take a step back and look at, we can't be rigid in our thought process of saying we can only do something one way. And like I said, he's got a say in the process. So again, another wordy answer to say we'll see.
Mm-hmm. It is that.
He's a good player here. He's been a great player. And you were waiting for him to say, do we want him to be here? Yes, we do. You didn't get that, right? It's
Yeah.
because he don't say that today.
And
for
if you
sure.
do, and then Mitch is like, I've been thinking about it. They've taken the time. A fresh start might be best. Like he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's not saying too much, but he is being honest. And what struck the people in Toronto that have covered this team for the last decade, where they've gotten through round one twice, and that's it. 2 series wins in what, 9-10 playoff appearances. They're like, that was 50 minutes with the GM saying as much as a GM can say without getting himself into trouble. And those used to be very, very short, like corporate speak. Ross Atkins press conferences a little more than what they saw. So they're liking that. But look, you can really want Mitch Marner to stay. You can't control any of that. It's all up to Mitch. He's got the cards.
What will the deal be? Because I mean, I can.
What does he want?
I can take or leave the Leafs and all of that, but it's intriguing for that player to have that level of skill and put up those points, to have so much criticism about his postseason performance. And he's worth 8. He's worth 9. He wants 14. It's how much for how long and where.
Yeah,
will be a very interesting watch.
Yeah, and I think if you're Mitch's agent and you've decided, okay, we're just going to July 1 and see what's going on. Like, what is 14 million in Chicago compared to 11.5 in Carolina? And then you got all the tax stuff and who's winning and what's a quieter market, because you've lived under the heat lamp and the spotlight there in a city you grew up in. Getting out of there might not be the worst thing for him, but yeah, that's a complex. He'll be coveted, but at what number and by what kind of teams? Like, you can make 14 a year. I think you can get it, but I don't think a contender's giving you that.
No, I don't either.
Like, Chicago will pay you that, I bet.
And what?
Maybe San Jose, who will be good soon, but I don't know.
That's enough about. It's probably enough Leafs. That's just stuff that was out there today. Making headlines. It's what we do. Chase the headlines.
Headlines.
Yeah. Headlines. Ghosts, Rhett?
Yeah, you okay there? You disappeared for a while.
I'm surviving. I battled through.
Egon, Winston, who are the other?
It was weird. Noodles' bat by the door didn't help with the ghost.
Oh, hey.
Nor the 16 cameras didn't pick up the ghost.
You know, I kind of feel for a guy that, I mean, he's a different world. I don't know where he lives.
Yeah,
where you feel the need to have a baseball bat by every door, just in case. I mean, I don't like people coming to my door. Granted, I've talked about that. I'm not quite at the baseball bat stage yet.
Calgary's a lovely city to live in, a very safe city, relatively speaking.
Hi, we're with the Turd Ferguson window washers. Crack! Just fucking walk up to my door.
I was feeling
What are you
threatened.
doing? Just trying a small business. Wash your windows.
Turd Ferguson window washers.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. New sponsor.
Definitely keep an eye out for them. Coming up in June 18, it's a Wednesday. It's the Origin inaugural golf tournament. I meant to reach out. Damn it.
Get signed up.
About the food. I'll figure it out.
Got two
I
weeks.
just
Garlic
feel
toast.
like you're going to be well taken care of. Maybe
When are you ever let down on the food and bev side from Origin? You're just not.
Maybe I want to jump to conclusions, Matt, but I don't think I am. June 18th, Wednesday, 1 o'clock. Scramble. I love a good scramble. Don't be so serious, guys and gals.
That's what a Scrabble's all about.
Just go out there and
If you get 2 good drives today, that's all we need. The rest
Great
is
shape.
teamwork.
maybe hit a good putt here and there.
Sure, we'll give you a bunch of tries. We'll putt
Yeah.
before you. Watch the line.
I turn into a very
Savory.
No, I don't contribute much as the scramble goes along. Because as we're taking tee shots, if it's close to being good, you guys, I won't hit better than that. Second
Save a
shots,
swing.
you're 250 out. We're
That'd
good,
be
boys. I'm not gonna.
You're like the pancreas, or what was that organ you don't really need,
It's the
Rhett?
spleen.
The spleen. You're like the spleen of the
I
group.
believe it's better to have the spleen. I
Yeah, it's
believe
probably
it.
better to have that 5th member, but we don't really know what you're doing.
Don't know what you're doing.
We can live without you.
Do you want to try and chip? I don't even. My bag's over in that card. I'm over here. You can use mine. Looks good to me, boys. Let's so the four-man scramble, 4-person turns into a 3-person pretty quick. If I'm involved, I might start throwing a putt here and there.
Okay. Bring your putter to the green for sure.
Yeah, might do that. If you would like to take part, all you need to do is go to the or call the Origin Tap Room. They'll get you set up. That's how you register. That's what they call it, registering for the golf event.
It's a good idea.
Signed up.
See you out there.
100% of the proceeds go to the Sutter Benevolent Fund. Good people helping good people.
Love
or
that.
good people helping people in need. That's what we all should do. All be better.
Is your phone's not ringing off the hook with invites to be the fourth man on these scrambles?
Not yet.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, you're a captain material, so usually people look at you and they expect
You start
to
your
put
own team.
Yeah.
He's probably on a team for sure. That's probably why that is. Let's get to the Pinder Report. It's a presentation of Village Honda. They want to buy that pre-owned vehicle, putting their money where their mouth is. They want them. All makes, all models. Complimentary. Is that okay? Appraisals. We'll get a deal done to get that payment in about 24 hours. No obligation, but maybe, just maybe, it's something that might work for you. Details at villagehonda.com. We will be at Village coming up in a couple weeks as well.
Man, busy all of a sudden.
Get out there and
About town.
yeah.
Short shirts. Short shorts.
busy. Yeah. Yeah. What?
It's hot, so we'll be up there.
Got it.
Leg.
We'll be there with our short shirts.
Short shirts.
Pinder Report.
Tummy shirts.
Village Honda.
Pass.
Words.
Flames Nation. Website. Flames. Team. Bobby Germany. Writer. Trade targets. Now, here's the thing with the Calgary Flames. You got a lot of young assets. All of a sudden, you got a lot of picks. So you want to go trading those? You've been waiting for years to get the stockpile. Well, there's some compelling players out there. Go find Bobby Germany's latest on FlamesNation.ca. Who, in Frank's top 20 trade targets, should the Flames be targeting?
Having young players, you get more.
Sure.
Have a lot of them if you'd like.
Yeah.
And then keep them.
Sure.
Yes.
Some of those guys they had that were young and really good left, and now they're old and really good and winning.
Mm-hmm.
There is a guy that's gone to the final every single year since he left here. I can remember his name. Shame.
There's some names on this list, right?
Well, I think what you're looking at is Marco Rossi there.
Never
He
read
is a diminutive center that people wonder about Minnesota's enthusiasm around him. It sounds like they like him, but if you're looking for a guy that won't hit the expensive, give you my Gavin McKenna first rounder threshold for an offer sheet, he's a guy.
He's also, if I were in that kind of using the card deal analogy, kind of that kind of feel. If I had an asset, I wasn't maybe I'd probably move it. But if you ask me about it,
Really
Love him.
like it.
Yeah.
Like it a lot.
Boy, it takes a really, really big ask.
Can't imagine where I would move that.
JJ Peterka's number one in that list.
What are you thinking?
He's a guy that's flirted with 30 goals last couple of years. He's not old. He's kind of done with Buffalo.
Rhett does not like JJ Peterka.
Do it.
There's a lot of guys who didn't like in Buffalo that went elsewhere we liked a lot more. Maybe he's one of them. I don't know. They don't have a lot of guys that can score 30 on this team.
JJ.
German.
Has he scored 30?
He was 29, 27 in his last 2 years, I think.
Not 30. I thought you were a details guy.
Flirting with 30. 29's flirting.
Jumpin' Joseph Peterka.
Jingleheimer Peterka.
That's right.
Okay, let's keep moving. Panthers got it done last night. They're through. Ticket punched. 3 years in a row to the Stanley Cup final. It's happened twice now, Florida being one of them, since the Oilers did this in the early 80s. Who's the other team? 3 cup finals in a row.
Tampa?
That is correct. Tampa did this 20, 21, 22.
So for 6 years,
back-to-back wins, and then
Florida has had a
Mm-hmm.
There it is. So that's Sun Belt hockey, baby.
Hockey's huge in Florida.
It's all that glorious snow down in FLA.
Mm.
We're talking about this in our group chat. Which of these teams is better, like their best team, the Florida team or the Tampa team?
Ooh.
Yeah, prime on prime. So you probably want to see 21 Lightning, where they had that Gord Goodrow and Coleman third line and all the stars against Florida's greaseballs. I don't know if this year's Florida is the best version or not. Like, we'll see.
I think high
Might
end
be.
talent, it's lightning, right? Like
Skill, yeah.
You had Kucherov and Stamkos.
Styles make fights, right? You got greaseballs against high end skill, yeah.
Reinhardt's a regular season big goal scorer. It doesn't really translate in the postseason for him as much.
Verhaeghe's the opposite. He's the big game guy. Be a hell of a series. And yeah, it's you want to come out of the East, you got to go through Florida, the state. Impressive. And yeah, this is another last time a state or province has had 6+ years in a row all the way to the final. Quebec did it for 10 years with the Habs from 50 to 60.
That's cheating.
6-team league, not impressive. You had the territorial rights for Quebec, screw off. And how about this? 8 years in a row in Alberta. Oilers, 83, 80, 45, 87, 88, and 90. And the Flames went to the final in 86 and 89. You lived in Winnipeg for many of these years, or in Manitoba, I should say. The Winnipeg Jets may have had very, very good teams for 8 years. There didn't really matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I some regular season success where it would finish ahead of one of them in the standings.
Right.
Beat it.
And then the Rangers once and the Islanders with their 5 in a row to the final. Rare air, friends. There was a bit of an interesting interaction post-game. Let's go to the handshake line, kind of, as the Cats and the Canes are shaking hands, the players. Here's Rod and Paul.
And Barkov sets up for Hagee, and that's it, as two good friends who respect each other an awful lot.
Huh.
That seems like
Now, we do have more intel on what this was about. We can hear from Paul, or we can sort of kick it around first.
Let's hear from Paul.
Let's hear from I immediately want your reaction here, because Paul has a vision here that he wants everyone else to abide by, but I kind of don't mind his vision as well. What's your thought?
The handshake's great. I could care less if the coaches are in it or not. And anyone extra that came on the ice because they just won a conference, beat it. Like, you definitely don't need to be shaking 800 hands. Let the players shake, move on. I don't think it's insulting but I'm not bent out of shape either. There's coaches that coached those guys on the other team, and they might want to, like, I don't know, in football, they all run out onto the field and then they search out certain guys they know. And the story is not a big story. I was kind of hoping it was an FU and Rod was mad and they were going to throw down. Like, that was from where I was watching. I'm like, ooh, we got some action.
I'm taking Rod if they're throwing hands.
Oh, yeah. See the look in his face.
There is the whole, like, what if I'm Rod and I want to go shake hands? Like, Paul, I love that you have this cinematic adventure that you want to, and this is the way you think it should be. Screw you, I'm going to go shake some hands. Like, Paul gets a little bit high horse preachy here, but I don't mind his vision.
Yeah.
I don't either, but
that's what it is for me. I like Paul Maurice. Don't start being smarter than everybody else and being bigger than the game. Just shake the fucking guy's hand and don't make a big deal. Now you've made a big deal.
And you can go to your staff and say, listen, head coach, assistant coaches, go shake hands. They don't need to shake the trainer's hands.
Yeah, they don't
and you don't, and you can also have there's team management people, and you could say, don't let anyone on the ice till the handshake's over.
I'll be honest. Were trainers shaking hands? I just thought it was coaches.
It does feel like Paul's kind of exaggerating a bit, but I don't. I'm kind of with you on the, like, we love Paul Maurice with the Florida Panthers here. At times he came across as an arrogant know-it-all that had never won a cup, and that's coming from me. In Winnipeg and Toronto and other places, right?
Yeah.
And that felt a lot more like the old Paul Maurice, where the story is suddenly about him.
I have no problem with.
It's a great vision. Let Rod shake their hands if he fucking wants to.
If you're okay with the handshake at all, because I remember talking to Kelly Rudy. He hates it. It's like the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
I've hated you guys for the last 10 days. Hated your guts. Lost sleep, just loathing you.
Yeah.
Now I got to shake your hands potentially after you've beaten me. The list of things I'd rather do is a mile long.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do the handshake, I think there's a respect level from the coach, whether you played or not, to say, hey, that's a hell of a series. Congrats, or
Good luck.
you know, we're moving on. You played. I don't know. I don't care with it about it. I'm not bent out of shape, but it does feel a little bit. Just go with it, Paul. Why are you trying to? What are you doing?
It's playing God a bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
And I would consider myself kind of a fan of the guy. I think he's a good coach,
I
and I love his sound bites. But that one was kind of like, what are we doing? What are we doing this for?
Anyway, interesting. We don't usually see that. Here's the story on game 1 of the Stanley Cup final. It's not going to start for a while, but it all hinges on tonight when it starts. Whether it goes 6 or 7 games between Dallas and Edmonton, it'll start June 7th. If it's a 5-game series win for the Oilers, we get started next Wednesday, June 4th. I think that's Wednesday. Got a bit of waiting. So let's say Dallas wins tonight and the Oilers were to wrap in game 6 on, that would be Saturday. You would have to wait till the following weekend for game 1, a full week between games. And we've only had 1 day since April 19th where there hasn't been hockey so far. Careful. Don't give us too much time or we might forget there's a final.
I have emotions.
So this is like the 2-week break for the Super Bowl. I don't want it. Let's keep it going.
Well, they have to have the media day. They have to have the travel day. Like, I don't think it's far off what they normally do.
Under certain circumstances, I'm willing to wait.
I don't want 6 days between, but hey, it is what it is. Just factoids, book your calendars appropriately.
Get what we think we're getting anyway. So,
couple news items from around the league. We're going to start with Penguins, or are we going with the other news from today?
We'll go with Ovi.
Okay, so this came out in a Washington Capitals season ticket holder release or whatever, some sort of fan newsletter. Capitals send out the email, October, the start of Capitals hockey and Ovechkin's final NHL season. He has 1 more year left on his deal, but there has been no proclamation it would be his last year of hockey until this came from the Capitals, which probably isn't a typo from an intern.
Well, they've changed the color of the font and put some all caps in there.
There might even be a link there, Jack. So I think we accidentally broke the news in a newsletter of Alex Ovechkin's final year being next year in the NHL. Get ready for the victory lap that not unlike what we saw with Cal Ripken did this. They had the soap scopes, Rhett, in Toronto. Or who was that?
Awesome.
Yeah, who was getting soap scopes?
Sammy Sosa?
Maybe.
No,
yeah, I don't know who it was. Anyway.
And if you're a season ticket holder, or you're a Flames fan, or you just go to games in Calgary,
it's a bit of
that's going to be a hot ticket all of a sudden if you know that's his last game ever in Calgary.
It's a bit of an internal snafu, perhaps, but I don't think it's crazy to think because how old is the guy? He's got the record. He's got 1 year left.
He's 40. So it's the last year in his deal.
Yeah.
Not surprising. Just you thought maybe Ovi would make that announcement.
Yeah.
This is from 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Capitals deny report Alex Ovechkin's retirement, say the email claiming it was his final season was a mistake.
Right. So how does that mistake?
Just pretend it didn't happen. Okay. Can we do that?
We're actually just recalling that email, everyone. That didn't get sent. Unread it.
You're not going to fool Tony Wolak.
That's right. Tony Dubs.
Tony Wolak's going to see through all your shit.
Tony W takes 1 day off a year, and that's his avatar photo. At Christmas, he gets to his family. The rest of the time, he breaks news.
Yeah,
you're not fooling him.
Crushing Capitals breaking news. He's not fooled.
Let's stay in division. Go to Pittsburgh.
Big tone.
Former Flames head coach of the AHL affiliate, Mitch Love's getting some eyes in Pittsburgh. This is Cam Robinson, who does great work at Elite Prospects.
Friend of the show.
He's a beauty. Friend of the show. For what it's worth, every team-sized source I've spoke to this week believes Mitch Love will be the next head coach of the Penguins.
Congrats there, Jack.
Washington had a great year. Carberry's going to win the Jack Adams going away. And his assistant, Mitch Love, who had great success, I believe, coach of the year of the American League, may now be the next head coach of Jack's Penguino.
I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know much about him.
Feel good about it, Jack.
Feel good?
Yeah.
I think you should feel better than this than if it was an old retread.
I don't think it makes goddamn difference because your team sucks.
Yeah, probably.
Trade Carlson. That's what it means.
Right. You got to love the hockey world. Like a year ago or whatever, Mitch Love is
2 years ago.
He's with Matthew Phillips.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby. It can happen.
Dream big, Dean.
Are you saying that Sid's better than Matt Phillips? Because I'll throw hands.
Well, one guy got a shot. The other guy
right.
debated.
Never got a chance. Never know.
Yeah.
Jaromir Jagr extends his streak, not playing, but his teammates playing in a cup final. Now, this is a long list. It's been, well, over 40 years. Trottier to Messier to Mullen, back to Messier, Yuri Hrdina, Messier, Lemieux, Dagneau, Messier, Chorsky, Young, Brown, Hogue.
Such a weird.
Well, it gets crazier. It is. Someone had to do the legwork, which is crazy, but it goes on and on and on and on and on. He played with Alex Barkov in Florida. A teammate of Jaromir Jagr has played in the cup final from 1980 through this year, and it ain't stopping anytime soon, I'm guessing. 45 straight years.
Has time to do this stupid shit.
So
big head
many
hockey.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many people have that.
Holy.
And what if I
mean,
told you they got AI to do it and they're getting all the clicks for free?
It is kind of cool, actually, but it's
neat
still,
fact to it for old Yogs.
I know, but you still have to come up with the prompt for the AI.
No,
Like,
the
who
thing is,
thought to say
we're kind of squinting at 2022. He played with Palat at the Olympics.
Teammates.
It's like, well,
Olympics are both chicks.
It's not really what we're talking
It's like,
about.
well, they skated in the summer together in the beauty league.
Like once he went through, did any of his
He's like, God damn it, we're missing 22. What can we make up for 22? Oh, they played team Olympics.
You know what? I was a teammate with Brian Trottier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pro-Am?
Yep.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Charity game.
Boom, you had a good run in the 80s of a player in the
We
final.
could probably go through here. I've probably got some of these. I've probably got some guys, some of my former
well, you see,
teammates.
it's a 45. Yags is at 45. See how many years you get to.
Yeah.
Okay, Memorial Cup continues. Last night, the Moncton Wildcats, the QMJHL champions, knocked off the hosts, Rimouski. They've seen a lot of them. Round robin, semifinals, the actual QMJHL best of 7 final. 6-2, Etienne Morin, the second rounder of the Flames from the national draft in 2023, scored. And they will now face London tomorrow night. Winner meets Medicine Hat on the weekend.
kind of like those jerseys.
That is a good jersey. It kind of reminds me of the old Cats.
The black
The
ones?
black, yeah.
Okay, go back one, Jack. Ooh.
It's like a Team Canada feel.
It's
does,
like the
yeah.
Panthers' old logo mixed with Team Canada.
The
a lot of
matte
winning there.
black helmets.
I like Matt Black, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, hell yeah. And yeah, London against Moncton on Friday. Winner will get.
Can we see the London? Let's see that. The next.
I also, this reminds me of the old Cats jersey, right? I know the colors aren't right, but that logo, God, that's close. Pouncing V-line.
That's a unique one because I don't know that you've seen that much anywhere else in hockey. The light blue with the red, like that's very Moncton Wildcat-y.
It's true. It's almost a powder blue with red.
I love both those unis.
I do too. I like them.
Old Minnesota North Star colors. Love that for them
Yes.
in London.
Okay,
That's
can I
work.
say something stupid about
Please.
the Memorial Cup? I
Yeah.
just sent Jack something. Eric Bolton. We know who this man is.
Correct.
and,
Tough fellow.
how he played with them and what a fun-loving fella. He's got boys. They've played in London. I think one of them's playing Philly Farm System now. Still one kid on the London Knights. He gets suspended for stretching near the red line.
The kid did?
In the Memorial Cup. He can't play. He can't play the next game because him and McCann from the Tigers stretched near the red line and must have been yipping.
Jeez.
They
Oh, yeah.
got
Look,
suspended
his
for that.
knee might be on the red line. Toss him.
Yeah. McCann got a fine. Bolton got kicked out.
Jeez.
That's stupid.
This league
stupid.
is much
That's-
softer than it used to be.
Oh, like that's what the red line's for, right? To separate. Like if you're across the red line and engage, okay, yeah, you've gone too far.
I do like that a depressed Cowboys fan is tweeting this. Jerry needs to go.
Even down in
Sure.
Texas, they're
They're stirred up.
they
on
won't
this.
stand for this
They really are.
soft behavior.
Now we missed something yesterday in Rhett. I blame you.
I like that from Earth,
Yeah, that's where it was. You're right.
posted from Earth.
Yeah, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
What did I
We're
do
getting
now?
The views are going to climb now if they're really going to run.
Yeah.
On it. Here's the thing. Yesterday was National Burger Day. You missed it, Rhett. We missed it. You know who didn't miss it?
What a drop.
Huff
Dickinson
didn't
doesn't
miss.
like burgers.
The stamp still missed. That's Dave.
Huff burger.
Huff burgers.
Just for you.
Oh, what a way to get ready for a ball game.
Me a Huff burger, y'all tripping.
I don't want to take it all. Y'all
How good would this be?
I got y'all.
Practice already. Oh,
Good.
yeah, I'm okay with this, guys. We'll do this every week. When's National Hot Chicken Sandwich Day? Is that tomorrow? I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
Post-practice burger. That's going to be a top 5 burger, I'm thinking.
You know what, though? Now they've opened the door. Those boys are every day.
Yep.
You know what, though?
Burgers back.
You know what that is? That's good team bonding.
That really is.
Let's drop about $150, $100 on some burgers. Look how happy the guys are.
Smiles. Look, some guys even cheers their burgers here. I think there's a cheers coming up here. Good stuff.
Do we need to do a team retreat to Banff or to the Okanagan? No, just bring in some burgers.
Yeah,
The
Huff
boys
burgers.
are pumped.
So
burgers for the fellas.
we're
Look at that. Look at this. Yeah. What do we got here? I think we got the cheers here. Look at this.
I was with some old alumni last night. It's the Flames alumni golf tournament today out at Pritis. And we were sitting around having a few pints. And we were talking about stories, and Timmy Hunter was there. And he said, you go back to the 90s, or there's food everywhere nowadays, right? Like omelet stations and breakfast buffets and lunch is catered and blah, blah, blah. So but back in the day, you had nothing. Like we used to have maybe bagels once a week when you went to the rink and a Gatorade. So it's evolved. So Timmy was talking about a story in San Jose when he was coaching there, and they talked the owner into having lunch after practices. And then, so the guys are like, this is amazing. Like, how good is this? Well, then the owner got the bill and he's like, twice a week.
Oh.
And Thornton was there, and he's like, he came out one day. He's like, what are we doing? Where's the food? Where's the food truck? He paid for every meal the rest of the
week.
He did. Boy, Jumbo.
Attaboy, Joe.
That's a guy that just won one.
He called the catering company and he said, you be there every day. The days the owner won't pay, put it on my tab.
Yeah.
Those billionaires, they're tight screws, aren't they?
It's crazy.
Like, what are we talking about?
You saw it there. Look how happy those
I know.
Burgers. Come on.
Jeez. Good work, Stamps. They're home
right
opener, by
after
the way.
the show. I'm going for a burger.
Good
Yeah,
work,
I think
Stamps
so.
is right. Love that.
Love
Saturday.
the Stamps. No Stamps accepted when you're playing the Riders.
So,
Even then.
No.
even then, especially. Yeah. Get your watermelons a week before. They're sold out around the city. So Saturday, September 7th, or excuse me, June 7th. That is a week from Saturday. 9 days away. Home opener. Should be a blast.
September's a ways off. So
Yeah, not September at all.
Yeah, that's
Too
not
excited.
NFL.
I mean, they
That's
talk
our
about
draft day.
moving the
That's
start of the
usually our
season.
draft. That's our draft day. Are you putting that in our head? That NFL draft day?
Yes. Yes. Dean, the 3-time champion.
Look at him.
Look how happy he is, guys.
He does look like
this
one of.
could be you if you win your fantasy league 3
Hey,
times.
just Jack, can he go full screen on the Boomdog there?
That was the Boom Cat. What are we?
Jack,
Switching. Yeah, he's doing it.
does this guy not look like some dork ass nerd that sits in his basement scouring fantasy football reports? Look at him.
Why is he picking up this guy at 4
Look at
a.m.?
this.
What's going on in his life?
This guy is This is the GM of the year come fantasy. Look at him.
That's Bill Zito.
I can't hear Rhett because I have my 2 fantasy football championship ring in my ear.
Very nice. Slam
Look at him.
Everyone hates a winner.
The only
3-time and back-to-back defending.
Florida's got nothing on you, Dean.
Tampa Bay Lightning, you, Panthers, the 80s Oilers.
Me and Paul Maurice rubbing people the wrong way. Everyone hates a winner.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good work on the burger Stamps, but you know what you've done? You've now raised the bar. You can't miss any national food days now.
No, you can't do it.
Calgary Surge are in action tonight. They absolutely steamrolled to victory in their home opener on the weekend, winning by like 30.
Yes, they did.
Tonight, it's the Brampton Honey Badgers. Honey Badger don't quit. Honey Badger 0-4, though.
Yeah.
And the Surge
There's
are
some quit
3-1.
somewhere along the way.
Or you're just really
Slow start.
bad and you work hard and you don't quit, but you're just
But
not
you
good
have a
at it.
mean looking emblem or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, are they doing a lobotomy on him? Like what's with the
Trump.
exposed brain? Oh, it's Trump. There you are. No, having a tough run. That's the taco badgers.
Trump badgers,
Trump always
yeah.
chickens out badgers. Okay.
Honey Trump.
Player of the week also given to our boy Ruggsy, Sean Miller-Moore. 0-0 has been great since the first year in Calgary, coming off a career high 29 in the victory in the weekend. Game tonight, WinSport, 7:30. See you there as they try to reel in the Vancouver Bandits and Jack's
Dora the Explorer from Vancouver.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
You don't like that logo?
No.
I thought it was kind of cool.
That's Swiper.
Swiper, no swiping.
No swiping.
Let's keep moving. We showed you guys at the casino yesterday with the muscle massagers to hammer the buttons. Now, here's the thing. Some people love the Nino. You can do what Rhett does and, work from home or work remotely. But if you're really smart, you can throw up one of those virtual backgrounds. No one will even know. The San Francisco.
Oh, he's in the Bay Area.
The Golden Gate Bridge. That is unbelievable.
Hey guys, just getting ready heading off to Alcatraz here.
Yeah, we got the boat tour, so we'll wrap it in 20 minutes here. Yep.
Need to keep this short here in Chicago.
We like a good beer toss. Chicago, San Fran, Calgary, everywhere. This is impressive. We're on a boat. We got the big beer, and we got a huge old train trestle bridge or whatever we call that. It's probably not called that at all.
I think you're good.
Hauls the tall boy over the bridge. Now, again, you might need a few takes. If we're seeing it in slow-mo and we're seeing this version, you know what's going to happen. Oh, yeah. Good work, fellas. Keep your hand on the wheel, please. Yeah, not the wheel, but
That's not the first time they've done it.
Yeah,
my guess.
Those are vets for sure. And finally, Red, I saw this morning. I smiled, I laughed, and I started to understand you a little bit more as we go live to an Australian meat raffle.
What's happening? A meat raffle? I didn't even know a meat raffle was on.
Yeah,
You beauty. Well, we'll be there.
Are you participating in the meat raffle?
Yeah.
How many tickets you got?
10, I think.
That's child's play.
How many you got?
400. You're going to piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat.
Here you go, mate.
Good luck.
All right, see how we go.
Please make your way to the main bar. If you're in the main raffle, please make your way to the main bar. Winner of the beer, we have Blue Sea 73.
Come on. We got it. We got it.
Where do you think you are? I am.
So they won the beer, but they're drawn to more.
Half-size big tray.
I would love this.
Up yours, Margaret. It's blue. Blue Sea. Blue Sea 54.
You got another. Well, guys love it.
I sold 641 tickets, which is the most I've ever sold. Without further ado, the winner of tonight's meet up is.
We'll
That was
redraw, Red.
anticlimactic.
It's blue. Blue Sea. Blue Sea 22.
Oh,
This is not the meat raffle I'm talking about.
up yours. Go and get stuff. Now he's flexing with the trays. Look at this. The double champ does it again. Turn it back up. This is beautiful here. He's doing some Conor McGregor.
And I'd just like to apologize. Absolutely fucking not.
So they bought like 400 of the 461 raffle tickets. God bless those young men.
Managed to do some winning.
They did.
A beer and a couple meat trays.
I think they got a lot of beer and a lot of meat.
So that's not how you do it, hey, Rhett?
That's a lazy meat raffle. That's
an Aussie meat raffle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's lazy. I appreciate the excitement and the winnings and all that, but that's not the meat raffle we're all about.
And if that's a boring or bad version of the meat raffle, I can't even wait for yours.
Oh, you guys are going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited.
That's how we close the Pinder Report today. A meat raffle on a Thursday while Rhett's hungover the night after the alumni got all pissed up together.
There you go.
Back to you, Dean.
Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall. Maybe it's new, maybe it's pre-owned, maybe you are maybe you've got it. You got an extra vehicle kicking around? You got some kilometers or miles on that. You're thinking maybe, I wasn't thinking about upgrading or getting new, but maybe if Village Honda is doing this, maybe that's what it is. Get you thinking about it.
I would suggest, I thought you were done. I would suggest the two of you reach out to Michael Commodore and request the video that was sent to him from his friend in Scottsdale yesterday.
Is this show or is this personal?
Personal.
Excellent.
I don't know that you could show it on the show.
That's what I'm asking.
It would be eye-opening and staggering and appalling, and every emotion in the book would come at you. And I don't know if you could.
It's kind of unfair to the people watching then.
It's been a while since I reached out to Tommy. I just sent him a quick note here, see what happens.
Is there any tips?
Well, I think that's if you tips, somebody's tip was
really okay.
Oh dear.
Got a bad tipper. Somebody a bad tipper.
It was extremely bad. Yeah.
Okay.
I read an article that there's some major blowback and pushback from people now with the just the auto tipping that shows up on when you tap them.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm going through the self-checkout, or I did this. Why would there? And so they put the tip thing, and they make it a little tricky. So how do I not tip?
Yeah.
So they don't make that as easy. Then they give you not how much would you like? It's do you want to do this much, or this much? And then
another one.
Things were really great. Things were okay. Kind of disappointed. So, sorry, 12% means I'm upset or mad. But people are read ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Tipping fatigue.
They'll get you.
If I'm standing, I'm wondering about the tip. If I'm seated, I'm happy to tip. That means you're serving me.
Yes.
If I'm in a queue and I'm standing, I feel like that might be the cutoff of sorts, or at least that's a lower tip threshold.
Well, let's also remember that it's not just about the delivering of substances or whatever you've gotten. If you are sitting and they're bringing it to you, your attitude as the person interacting,
that's right,
that
also plays into it. So you are an asshat. Sorry, that person over there, real friendly and nice. I like that. You've made me enjoy myself more.
See that girl with the bikini? Why don't you have her attitude? Huh? She'd get a big tip from me.
Can I actually, now that you bring up bikinis, is there a nude beach on the river near the Gray Eagle? The Shoveler and my son and I.
Weaselhead Flats.
Is that what it's called?
I believe so.
Because we were driving down Stony and we were coming, they were dropping me off to go see my loser friends. And we were quite certain there were 8 to 10 streakers.
Nudes. Were the nudes dudes or?
So if we didn't have the kid, we'd have for sure.
She pulled in there. Not being nude with the dudes if you're going to the nude beach.
So yeah, okay, interesting.
Wreck Beach is famous in Vancouver. That's like far west of the UBC campus.
Yeah, but it's probably not.
Everyone's just
as you're driving down to Maine.
No, that road didn't used to exist there. They might have to move that nude thing. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Weaselhead clothing optional area, Calgary.
Don't ask me why I know that.
The Weaselhead clothing optional area is nestled.
Don't.
How did you like?
I just heard. I've never been, but I've heard.
Is there a nude at Weaselhead?
I did scan for a while. I'm like, I think I have heard of some.
The Weaselhead clothing optional area is nestled between Glenmore Reservoir and the Tsuut'ina Nation land. While the area has been openly used for nude recreation over 2 decades, it's important to take the right path in getting there. So you don't want to be trespassing on the Tsuut'ina land.
Nope, that wouldn't be polite.
It's open to all people of all body types, sizes, genders, sexuality, young or old, clothed or naked. Nudity is not required. Well, how about that?
Beautiful weekend, Dean. If only-
So
guess
hot.
you're out
I
of
just
town,
So hot
shed a few
outside.
layers here. I'd feel
Damn.
better. Jack?
How does someone decide what's a nude beach? Like, is it just a person that starts it and then people follow? And they gotta.
Yeah, like, can
how
I
does
go
it work?
outside my house here and just
That's a new dock. Sir, we're your neighbors. Yeah, it's been a new dock for 26 days now.
yeah.
My yard is it's a nude yard.
Your neighbors are all of a sudden shingles down or windows down.
And you can always count on Reddit to come through. Free the dick. My genitals have seen way too little sun in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It seems irresponsible and unnatural for me to have done what I've done. Not me,
Free
says
Richard.
Sugarfoot 00. The back of my ball sack has a permanent sunburn.
Thank you, Rat, for your contributions.
Don't pass out face down. I don't know what you do. I'm not sure what the right thing to do is there. Well, plans for the weekend, I guess.
Things have changed.
Nudity's been going on for thousands of years, Rat.
I'm all for it. I say
Less is more when it comes to clothes.
that's right. We have to wear clothes all winter. Should
Sure
be
do.
bogged down by this all
Well,
summer.
Didn't say anything about that. It's still a beach. I don't know.
Break free of these shackles, Dean, that society's placed on you, and feel free to be your best naked self.
Gets a little nipply in the wintertime. You know what I did last night? Just to figure this is easy enough. I was telling Ryan, busy day yesterday. We had this in the run around. Go to an event last night. Had a shower, get dressed, in a rush, out the door. Forgot my hearing aids. Going to a function.
How'd it go?
Well, I mean, fine. You make it.
How would it have gone?
Much better. Probably most people don't forget them but I'm an idiot more often than not. It's like, oh, I forgot. So yeah. And for me, just with how I don't get the treblies. I miss a lot of the trebly stuff. So if ever anything is kind of like this, that's kind of what I'm hearing. It's kind of sounding like this. It's like, well, my hearing aids would have been a really great idea.
So they've changed your life, safe to say.
You quit, yeah. You would think you would notice, and you again, if you're not an idiot, you'd remember. But that's what I mean. That's the difference. You notice even without this. Yeah, I notice this is things are much more difficult to hear without the assistance that has been that has got me hearing better because of the hearing loss clinic and things like your child's performance or whatever it is that you're at, a dinner, whatever you go to.
Dean had a big night at the theater last night.
Hearing's good. I did have a night at the theater. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the unair conditioned school theater.
I don't want to give it away, but suffice to say that the hills were alive with the sound of music. Those Von Trapp kids.
Doe a deer, a
deer, a deal, doe a deer, a deer. And speaking and Warner's audio, your sound is gone. It's very apropos. See what happens when, that's what happens.
Perfect timing.
So we could say anything that we want right now.
I'll tell you this one thing about Red. I've always wanted to. No, probably not.
Thank goodness for Travis and Sabrina Rhodes changing our lives. Yeah, it's perfect.
Timing. Jack, did you do that on purpose?
No, I didn't.
Again, I feel like I forgot the hearing aids. There's some operator error. Yeah, Panthers. 5 hearing loss clinic locations in Calgary, 5 in BC. It's no laughing matter. Hearingloss.ca. Helping you hear better is simply their way of helping you live better. Book an assessment today. Hearingloss.ca.
If it's a no clothing beach, are the hearing aids optional, or
I'd take them out because you might get
flashing.
You don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that.
Rat, would you have you gone? Oh, this is good.
Go. Yeah. Bet365, get into the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs at Bet365. They got you. Game props, player props, totals, the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champs, Stanley Cup champions. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs must be 19 or older.
All right. We need some drama. There's some drama for you. There's some bleeping drama. Oilers Stars, Game 5 in Big D. Losing your season's over, Dallas. Winning, you go to the Cup final, Edmonton. Why don't we go to a golden goal? Let's just put it into OT.
Sure.
Plus 320 if it's a tie. That doesn't have to be your bet. That's mine. A wide range of markets at Bet365. We also got some baseball tonight as Jose Barrios is on the mound for the Jays against the A's. That one's in Toronto. And yes, the Panthers are in and through to the final. That, if you want to bet on Stanley Cup final odds, has swung those as well.
Nice. Get the app. Get in the game. Official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs must be 19 or older.
Look at the Bills.
Hi, Rhett.
Now the camera seems really far away.
Yeah, you're foggy.
Oh, I get the full view now.
It's, you know what? It's probably your internet catching up.
It's Friday.
Nope.
Good try, though. Are you swinging by the old golf course today to say hi to the old pals, or was that last night?
I went last night. I was going to, but then I realized that somebody's not home, and I've got 8 kids events to get people.
Just,
to.
hey?
Yeah.
Flag football finals, 2 lacrosse games, a hockey skate.
Finals.
Oh, yeah. City finals are today.
All right. You got a young quarterback on your hands or a wide receiver?
William Perry.
Really?
Yeah.
Go to the fridge?
The fridge.
Back.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
The fridge. Yeah. Yeah, I get a little double dip up in Airdrie tonight, boys. Softball, yeah.
We got the
because what you want to do is go to Airdrie at about 5 p.m.
Yeah, I won't be busy at all getting Airdrie.
That's what you want to
At
do.
the end of rush hour.
You've got lots of options, Dean. You can go left,
Mhm.
right, or center. To get
Don't
there.
go straight through. That's not going to go well.
Wait a minute. I'm in Didsbury. This is not Airdrie at all.
What are the
Black
track?
faults? What am I doing here? You know what? How about it?
Hit it.
You got a couple ODs. Little money for the youth centers of Calgary. If you're watching live, you can put a comment along with a cash donation, and we'll put the comment on the show and move the money over to the youth center. Adam K, $4. Nice wieners.
For $9.99, Adam, you can feast on one of those wieners and a delicious barn burner blonde, courtesy of Origin and Bonton Meat and Greta.
I thought maybe he was talking about the weasel head.
Yeah.
Haven't used it in a while. It's probably
Yeah.
there. Yep. Brad, $5. Bacon.
You're goddamn right, Brad.
It's Brad Miller time right
Well
there.
put. No one's going to debate you. No one's going to argue. Bacon.
Yeah,
What about back bacon? What do you think?
it's bacon. I'm in.
I feel in a way, it's not like I don't like it, but I feel like it's trying to. You're not bacon.
You're not bacon. That's
You're a
kind of how I feel.
You're a
too. You
pork
don't-
product, but you're more of a ham than a bacon.
It's true.
Yeah.
And you're
Don't-
trying to weasel head your way in on some popularity of the bacon here. Oh, we're back bacon. Not when I think of bacon, I think of strips of bacon. It's got a really. Oh yeah. We're bacon, big in the back. Bacon,
No,
back bacon.
I'll
back.
take back bacon, but if it's next to real bacon,
You know what you're doing. It's a great question. They're a bunch of
really.
goddamn liars.
Yeah.
Undergard.
Like if you
I
ordered
would-
something with bacon and then it came with back bacon, you'd be.
I'm to
sitting
the point
back.
where I actually like the back bacon, but I might not order it because it's trying to be cheeky.
Attitude issues.
Yeah. No, you are what you are, and you can be good in your own lane, but don't be trying to slide over here. No.
What about this scenario? I'm going to throw out to the group. I'm going to suggest that if you ordered back bacon on something, say a pizza or whatever, and they put regular bacon on it, you're going to keep it. But if you ordered something with bacon and they gave you back bacon, you might send it back. Well, I wanted.
Are you
I didn't
out
want
of
ham.
regular bacon?
Oh, that's back bacon. Well, no, I didn't. I wanted.
I've got a
bacon.
great example. I've got a great example, Dean. Because I know you're a soup and sandwich guy. You love a great soup and sandwich. You're going into the shop. You're going to get some nice soup. And you know what you're going to add to that soup? You're going to add yourself a turkey club.
Yeah.
And that turkey club comes out and it's got back bacon on it.
I didn't order a ham and turkey.
What the? Yeah.
And I mean, the back bacon, the texture is going to be a little harder than just a slice of ham.
Yeah.
But
regardless, it's not a bacon. This is what we're. Don't be.
I do like that mealy little edge they put on there, though.
They can, yeah, whatever that is, cornmeal or whatever.
Thin, fry it, put that on a burger. Maybe I'm okay with it, but I'd rather have real bacon. To your point,
is back bacon just ham? No, back bacon. This is AI. Back bacon, also known as Canadian bacon, is a lean cut from the pork loin. Ham comes from the pig's hind leg. Where's Greg when we need him?
Where's bacon from, though?
Canadian bacon is typically cured and smoked and often has a different flavor and texture than ham. I'll say this. I just know when I see a slice of back bacon, I'm not confusing it for
bacon,
regular bacon.
I think the AI is making a point. There's ham here, there's bacon here, and back bacon's clearly somewhere in the middle.
I've made back bacon sandwiches where you just some nice toast, some fried up back bacon, and some great cheddar cheese on there. Oh, baby, it's delicious, but it is not bacon.
Yes, back bacon is a type of bacon. It's made from the pork loin and is often leaner than the more common pork belly bacon.
Wow.
I just don't like, you know what? Don't lie to me. I don't like disingenuous people. I don't, just be straight up.
Stop pretending. Just be yourself.
Own up to, if you've made a mistake, own up to it. We'll move on. There needs to be, you know what? They need to grow up. There needs to be some growth. There's been a lot of growth for just all of us. I think probably back bacon is next.
Accountability is all you're asking for.
That's all you want.
Yeah. Just own it.
Fuck. It's ruined my day now, Rhett.
Sorry.
Let's get to some other super chats and see if they don't spin your day around here.
Son of a bitch.
Grizzly bear versus Siberian tiger. Rhett, who wins? This is from Voyager 2, 279.
This is a tough, ageless debate, this one.
We always talk about home field too, Dean, when we do the animal versus
animal.
animal.
Where are we doing
it? You take the hippo in the river for sure, but if you get the hippo into the mountains, you take the bear. I don't know.
Are we? Because I mean, Siberia would suggest
cold weather.
Cold weather.
Yeah, I feel like there'd be some battles in Eastern Russia here.
Yeah, like if this is just a tiger,
some overlap,
and we're doing this in Africa, I don't like it. I feel like the Grizz is going to have a hard time with
sweating. Just sweating.
Gonna have to drink a lot of Yetis
of
water to stay hydrated.
How many ounces?
Still,
I'm going to AI this.
History.
Yeah. Set up a match, maybe, huh?
You know what I'm finding out now? This pea meal bacon that you're talking about versus back bacon, even they're different.
What?
What's the fucking deal?
I need some clarity here.
Oh yeah, pea meal's got the outer edge.
Yeah,
because it's pea meal,
cornmeal coating, steam baked. Why? Like one's from the back, one's from the belly. It's not the same thing. It's the same animal. Bacon, pork chop. I know there's a difference. Oh yeah, here's your.
It's like saying a T-bone steak is same as prairie oysters. It's not the same.
Streaky bacon versus back bacon. Ask the butcher, it says here. I'll ask that butcher.
That sounds like you got homework tonight.
And now I'm also starving. Lowell with a great question. This has not come up yet. What if you cut those hot dogs down the middle?
Feels like cheating. I got to be honest.
Well, it's more. It makes the accomplishment of the 999 even more impressive.
Now you have 18 half dogs.
Because if you take it and you cut it, It's a wider wiener.
Right.
So it becomes more. So you would actually be eating more hot dogs in the 999 if you slice them down the middle because the wiener's wider.
Okay.
Thank you, Lowell. Great question.
Tuning for the kids.
So in a way, I don't know if I'd recommend it because I feel like 9 is enough.
We're strategizing, Jack and I. We'll take that under advisement.
Yeah. Well, I said at the outset we needed to have a thrilling show, and I think we've delivered. I think we've come through.
Covered a lot, Dean.
Yeah.
Still haven't got that video from Kami. What the hell's going on here?
He's golfing, so.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Oh God, this AI can't just get to the point. It's got to give you all kinds of background.
Some work to be done there, eh?
And it's like just answer the
I
question.
feel AI, it's still trying to really prove to everyone how smart it is, right? It's like just relax. You don't. We're believers. You don't need to impress us. Just tell us what the answer is.
All right, finally it got to what we're looking for. Did you even answer? They backdoored. They did a Pinder. They gave me an answer with a caveat that maybe they were wrong.
This is like a Treliving press conference where it's just a lot of lawyers speak, and you're like, did we even answer the?
It's tough. It's a tough deal. Everywhere you go, everywhere you look.
Stress.
Gave me the Pinder.
That AI is getting smarter.
Well, probably good, eh?
Tomorrow's Hawaiian T-shirt day, so make sure you don't forget.
Oh, we were screwed on Friday. We didn't have you. We didn't have no Hawaiian shirts.
Jack, come on.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a
Terrible
big
about
day. I don't know how to feel about it.
Tomorrow's game day for Jack and I, and
Yeah,
maybe even
you've been hanging around with Dean too much, and you're a negative prick now. That's why you don't know how to feel about it. So
Jeez. Be confident, Jack. I believe in you.
I had a lot of diarrhea.
Could be.
That's Saturday.
Yeah. Could be. Definitely could be. Sorry, wrong button. See you, buddies.